Hi, I'm Yvonne Perry, the owner of Writers in the Sky Creative Writing Services. We're based in Nashville, Tennessee, and we provide editing and proofreading for a number of books, articles, and web text. Today I want to focus on the editing that we do for authors who are bringing their books to market either through a traditional house or through a publish-on-demand service. In this video, I will share a few of the most common errors we see authors making in the manuscripts they bring us. When these errors are throughout a manuscript of 70 to 100,000 words, it takes a considerable amount of time to correct each one individually. Your spell check program is not going to catch many of these errors, and many of these mistakes are not correctable by doing a global search and replace. Only a human knows the difference between when to use there, and there. A very common error in many of the books I edit or proofread occurs in the title, headers, and subheaders. The Chicago Manual of Style is the style manual that we use with Writers in the Sky for most of our literary works. Whenever you use a title, it is also known as the headline style. The first and last words in all nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, and subordinating conjunctions are capitalized. Articles, coordinating conjunctions, and prepositions, regardless of length, are lowercase unless they are the first or last word of the title or subtitle. The titles of books, record albums, movies, TV shows, and screenplays should be in italic type. Do not use quotation marks. However, article titles and poem and song titles do go inside quotation marks. Many online sources and websites will use the quotation marks around the title of a book just because it is difficult in some editing programs to use the italic font. If you don't have that option available to you in the HTML code, it could get lost and the title of the book would not come out very plainly. In web text, we would probably use the quotation marks around it or else put it in all caps. However, in literary works and published books, this is not acceptable. They should always be in italic font. And speaking about all caps, unless a word is an acronym, it should not be in all caps. Rather, use italics for emphasizing a word. One space, not two, after a period, a question mark, a colon, or semicolon. This is quite the opposite of what we were taught in typing class way back when, and it can be a hard habit to break. In a series listing 3 or more items, the elements are separated by a comma. For example, the dog, comma, the cat, comma, hippo, comma, and cow jumped over the moon. The next to the last item in that series is hippo and should therefore have a comma after it. Another very common error is the improper use of the em-dash. Em-dashes do not have a space before or after them. The double hyphen will convert to an em-dash if you type 2 dashes, or that is hyphen, hyphen. Most word programs will go ahead and make the em-dash for you. You can make an em-dash in Windows-based programs by pressing and holding caps lock and alt while typing 0151 on your number keypad. When writing dialogue, all punctuation goes inside the quotation marks. When a word or phrase is used to set apart text in scare quotes, the first example below is correct and the second is incorrect. Numbers less than 10 should always be spelled out. Some style guides will disagree about the higher numbers. However, Chicago advocates that all numbers under 100 should be spelled out. Some of the changes we make are a matter of style choice, but whether you use MLA, Chicago, or another guide, you will want to be consistent throughout your document. Another thing to watch for is consistency in fonts, chapter titles, subheadings, and formatting of margins, especially if you are using a print-on-demand service that is going to print directly from the Word document or PDF that you provide them. There are also many book industry standards regarding the front and back matter of a book that even your English teacher is not going to have knowledge of. Manuscript editing is best left to someone who does book editing. I invite you to check out the 4 editors on my team. Each one specializes in particular genres, which means we are able to serve the editing needs of most writers and authors. You'll find us online at writersinthesky.com.